Hey guys, I hope you're good. This is Max from MHSProd, and today we will talk again about Redshift. We've made some videos by the past with the community about Redshift, so this video is not a response to all the Redshift tutorials or guide we saw lately. We've made a nice guide in French 1 year ago, and we've made some tutorial on the channel talking about Redshift, but there's like no real basics in English. We have this video, but we should update it. So this video is like how to start with Redshift, and I hope you will enjoy it. So if you're new to this community, I invite you to join our Facebook group called Motion Designers Community. You may also know that we are making physical events, so in case you want to come at one of our events, it looks like this, and it features incredible artists talking about motion design, 3D, and having fun. So feel free to check out our website. You will find shops, events, and a lot of cool things happening in the community. And of course, I will link some useful tutorial in the description. And this video is also a response to the tutorials made lately with animated shader, with vertex map and stuff. So if you want to start with Redshift, let's take a look at this video, and let's start. I will disable my head and I will show you how I use Redshift. So Redshift, once you installed it in your plugin folder, it's just right there. So I will show you how I use Redshift. We will not go through all features, but I will show you the most important things. So first thing I want to do when I use a GPU renderer is to open Afterburner, so I can control the amount of fan speed I want, so I can have less temperature there. So that's the little tips. If you are starting with GPU renderers, I invite you to take a look at the fan speed and the fan temperature. It's really important. How do you render with Redshift? It's really simple. You need to go under your parameters, and here you see that I have already preset saved in my new file, but we will create a new preset. So let's call it Redshift, like okay, it's Redshift. It's going to be Redshift for our tutorial. First thing to select is to go there, Redshift, select where you want to save the thing, tick multi-paces, and the file format I use is OpenAXR. It's really important to use OpenAXR because you will be able to use all the AOV stuff. AOV is just multi-paces, and it's really simple to manage now in the newer Redshift version. But let's see, you need to go to Redshift. Let's go now under our parameters. Redshift works with progressive and unified sampling. So progressive rendering is fine for me, but I want also to give like basic parameters in unified sampling. So I will set bigger values there, so I will be able to watch in my render view the final result. So it's just basic things I've set by default right there. So every time I open my Redshift, my C4D, I have all this set, but it's important to know. So we will come back to this. It's just basic things to do. Let's go in GI and set the GI to brute force and irradiance point cloud. Let's up a bit the number of GI bounds and the number of rays. Like I said, all of these are like basic parameters. We will go back after to explain a bit how it works and how you can have more details with irradiance cache, etc, etc. But if you want to have nice results, you need, I insist, you need to do this, because you want to have global illumination on your project, and you want to be able to visualize at any moment the result, the final result. Because if you have two less samples, you will not be able to visualize under the Redshift Render view result. So that's really important to set all these things, and you can set it one time, and if you save under your preferences a Cinema 4D file called new, each time you will open your Cinema 4D, you will have all this back. So Cinema 4D is the R20 is a bit laggy when we want to open the preference. Is like a small bug, I don't know. So if you open your preference folder and if you save a new .c4d file, you will be able to find all the things we are doing right now each time you start C4D. It's really important to have basic parameters. That's okay, GI, and I think everything is well, except we want also to have different IOVs. IOVs are multi-paces, and I want to create some to be able to visualize them in our render viewer. So I will go back in Redshift and show AOV manager. I will take the ambient occlusion. I will take the depth because I always use the depth. I will take the emission because I always take the emission, and object IDs. That's some of my basics multi-paces, and we will check later how it works. And right now, when I will start my renderer, I will be able to visualize all the different things right there, and that's really important to know this. So that's the basic parameters. You do not need to know much things to start, because everything is pretty well set for you. I mean, you need to know how to change and play with these parameters, but at the moment that's great and basics parameters. So here is our render view. You can have a look at our render at any time when you go and render render view, and that's a render view. So you can save your files, you can view, you can launch a preview of the final render, you can like an interactive renderer, you can refresh the hyper, you can see the different paces, you can see the different color channels, you can do render region, you can see different views, you can lock it, you can launch the bucket rendering, and when you launch the bucket rendering, it's switching from the progressive rendering to unified sampling. And I mean, all our final rendering will be probably done with unified sampling if you are doing a video, because you can control the amount of sample you want to do. So that's really important. You can freeze the tessellation. It's important if you want to work on some stuff and do not want to have EV updates, because sometimes you will have EV scenes, and it can be helpful when you are dealing with materials and you do not want to have long updates. So you can click here when you are doing material tweakings and stuff and put it back. You can visualize the render, clay render, and you can here do some snapshot. And important right there, you have the original size, so you will have the final size of your image, so you will be able to visualize the final size. You can use fixed scaling, fit window, or fill window. In my opinion, fit window is great. because you can play like Octane Render, it will fit. And fixed scaling is nice because you can select the final render quality and fixed it, so like for example it will render 2 times faster because the image displayed is at 50%. So every time you open the Redshift Render view, for me it's important to be in fixed scaling, but it's set by default, so it looks complicated, but you do not need to know so much things to play with Redshift. It's simple and easy to use. And let's create a sky. So you will have everything you need right there. You will have all your object. Environment is to create some fog. Sky and sun and sky rig is to create like sun and sky. If you use Octane or Cinema 4D, you know what the sunlight is. You can use a proxy. We will not cover this in this video, but you can save out some files and append them in your project, and it's like not taking memory or very few, so you can do great scenes. Volumes to create volumes and explosion, but I think we will also cover this in another video. I will quickly show you at the end, but we will not cover these two because I think they need to be covered in one specific video. You have here all your light, you have the cameras and all the materials, and that's really nice, but we will see later that we have the node editor. So let's take a light and let's take the dome light. The dome light is like the sky. So under the dome light I can load an HDR file. In my workflow I use a really nice plugin by Grayscale Gorilla called HDRI Link. So I use HDRI Link, I select my dome map and I drag and drop it there. So it allows me to select any kind of HDRI in my browser, and you see that it changed a lot. It looks by far more realistic because I have GI and I have dome light. In my dome light I have a few settings. I can control, for example, the exposure, the hue, the saturation, and I can enable quickly a backplate, so everything will be black, and you see that it starts to look really nice. How to create a Redshift material? I can go there, but I prefer to go under Create, and you will have Redshift, so pretty useful. And I will create a simple material. I will drag and drop it on my object, and you will see that things will update and change. And wow, I have now a nice reflection. I can double click right there and I click edit shader graph. That's here where all the magic happen. You have this really nice window. So let's take a look at what we are doing. Nice. So here you have your material, here you have your output. I work usually on 3 screens, so I use the renderer on my right screen and stuff to be sure that it will not close. You can make a custom layout, but I prefer have several screens. It's better for me. So here you have the output. It's here where you will be able to put the displacement, the material, and few other things. Here you have your material, and here you have all your nodes. So you have infinite possibilities because you can have the amount of materials you want, and you have a nice material blender. It's like a mixed material but as you see, you can mix many material, and you can use it infinite time. It's like it's up to your computer possibilities. So here you have all the textures, so you can load AO, curvature, noise, ramp, image texture. So really important to use all this. You have few utilities. It can be really cool. Like you can get attributes. You will find the bump. So that's where you can load your that's the bump blender. You can your bump map or your normal map. You will find the displacement here too, really important, and versus Octane here you will be able to mix displacement, Fresnel, triplanar to project your texture. That's really nice. Here you have environment, light, volume, mass are also important, and color really important, because you will find the color composite that will help you to do something. And oh no, I was talking about the color layer, sorry. Color layer is like a mix node. Like you have mix material and you have mix node. I will show you. And you have also color correct. It's nice because you are able to change the gamma to stay in a linear workflow, because only with AXR and some files you have a gamma, correct gamma, but sometimes you need to correct the gamma here. Each node have its own information, so let's start with the simple material. Like I just created my material and I start from scratch. I have this basic material plugged, and I can check different presets. You have here the diffuse color. Diffuse color is obvious, it's the diffuse color. You have here the backlight translucency. It's like allowing you to fake like translucency, like if you are doing paper or stuff. You have here the reflection, like if I up my IOR, I will have more reflection. That's here where you can play with metallic type of things and stuff. Reflection, transmission, you will be able to create water and stuff, and subsurface you will be able to create skin and waters and some liquids. You have here the multi SSS. It's really nice, but we will maybe cover this in another video. It's like different level of subsurface scattering. Coating, you can add some coat to your material. It had a little coating, that's nice. In the overall, that's where you can set the emission colors. It's like your material is going to be emissive, so it will emit light. That's really nice. And the post-FX builds are coming. It means you will be able to create glows directly inside Redshift and stuff. And you have a few optimization, but at the basics it's just nice. I mean, you do not need to know everything except in case specific case, but we will not go through this because that's not really important to know all this to start. Let's take a look at different settings. Let's take, for example, the water, and you will see that I have some water. And as I said, you can start with basic material and play a bit with things. You will be able to see what's changing. That's really nice to start with a basic material to have a better idea of what's going on. Actually, it's cool. And all these things are led by values and colors. And the nice thing is that we can drive all these values with nodes like textures or stuff. So That's where the magic happened, because at the moment the stuff is not really beautiful or nice. So let's take a look at what I should do if I want, for example, to add some bump to my mesh. I can go in my 3D folder. I will take some surface imperfection map. Let's leave me once again, and it will load. I just drag and drop it the thing, but it's texture under texture, and it's a texture. You can load your texture right there. So you can load, for example, another texture, and I will be able to color correct this texture, for example. I can also use a color correct node, because it will allow me to like plug more things and have something more visual. Input, out color, and I can like put some input right there. So let's put this into the bump input. So bump map. So let's drag and drop it there in input. I mean, I have very few space. I know that I can have a better layout, but I love sometimes when it's messy. And let's put this into overall and bump input. You must know that it's in the bump input that where you can put also your normal maps, and you will be able to see in few time the changes. Wow, I can also use triplanar to have a better projection, but here I will stay with simple details, and here you can have an idea of what the bump is doing. It's really ugly on my model, but I'm able to control, for example, the 8 scale, and here you see that's probably better. So I need to find the right values for my mesh, and that's better. I think that's probably better. And oh, you see I have nice details right there. I love it. So this is where the magic happen, and I mean I can select anything, and I can put it in the diffuse color, for example, or in any kind of other parameters. So let's take this same map, and for example I want to drag and drop it, and let's go in like reflection, and in reflection roughness, and I will have different level of roughness if it's on my map or not on my map. And I can control many things, like I can also add, for example, a node called invert. So let's take the invert node, and I can just drag and drop it. You see that's really simple to play with your materials. And here you see I have roughness only happening on my bump maps. And the magic is that, okay, that's my first material, but I can take another material. Let's take a simple material. Let's take a material blender. In my material blender, let's put this material in the base color. Let's set this gold, okay, just for the example. Let's drag and drop it right there. Layer color 1, and now I need to mix both of them. So let's take for example the noise. I want the noise. Let's put the noise inside the layer blend color, and you will see the magic please. Sometimes I need, yeah, okay, it's not happening like I want, because I'm idiot. I just forgot to change here you see that my first material is only linked on the surface output. I need to select the material blender and put it, and here I will be more intelligent in few seconds. Please, man. Extracting geometry, preparing scene. Okay, I love it. Sorry for the mistake, but it can happen. And right now I can control with the noise how both of my texture are mapped in my object. Like, let's change the coordinate, for example. Let's say 10, 1, and 1, and you will see that the noise will change how it looks. It can be more obvious on more simple mesh. I mean, let's take the sphere and let's put our material here, and you see it's changing. So that's how you can change stuff. You see the difference in the patterns and the reflection. But let's change this material, this gold. Let's take a custom. Oh, when I go back to custom, it's staying on the latest material. So let's take this horrible red, so we will have a better idea of what's going on. And here you can clearly see how I can change my material with the coordinate and stuff. It was not really obvious with the gold because of my HDRI map. So I try to be really clear, the clear as possible. Okay, let's go back with this. That's how you deal with material that's like this, but you have more complex stuff with you can use, for example, color layer, and color layer is like a mix matte in Octane. I can mix different noise, and here you have for each input, like in the blending material, one base color, one layer color, and in your mask you put your grayscale and it will affect the scene. Okay, that's how Redshift material works. I will also show you a few other things later, and it's going to be really nice. Let's now see how the physical camera work. The physical camera is here. Let's take the camera, let's select one fun angle, and let's go on our tag. On my tag I can click under bokeh, and I will be able to select the depth, and it will just apply. Okay, let's go back to our scene, and you see that I have here a nice bokeh effect happening. I have here the radius of my bokeh, I have here the power of my bokeh, I have here the aspect of my bokeh, and here the blades. Like if I'm at 0, my bokeh point will be points, and if I add blades, it will distort things. And I can use also bokeh image to create a chromatic aberration. If I click there, it will calculate directly the final rendering, you see, with the amount of sample I've decided. So I'm in a range between these two values, but I can go higher and I will have more precision. Here I can control the exposure. It will change stuff. Sometimes I need to tick this to have different values. Okay, it's nice. And distortion, you can put some vectors like green or red image to distort your render, but I don't use it. So that's the basic of Redshift. at the moment if you want to do a simple scene. Now let's jump into crazy interesting stuff. Yeah, crazy interesting stuff. What can I do to render splines? Like I've made small renders like this. You see a huge amount of splines, or this, and all this little stuff, and it's just hairs. So let's delete this, or I can create a spline. Let's hide this. Let's create some spline. Let's write something. Top view. I will write I love you with a happy character. Just to show you how it works. Like I have my spline, and in Redshift you can render like any spline with the Redshift tag, and the Redshift tag is also useful to create displacement. Right click on the spline, let's go on Redshift tags, Redshift object, and here you have curve, and I can take hair strands. I love you, man. Okay, that's how it works, and that's how I've created all this kind of different effects. This was done in Houdini, and I started to learn Houdini, and I can maybe make Houdini tutorials and stuff. Houdini is like super nice. Like if you guys want Houdini tutorial on the channel, please drop me a message. I can maybe try to do tutorials, and on Houdini I can use Redshift, because I've learned Redshift on Cinema 4D, and all the principles I've learned under Cinema 4D I can apply them in Houdini, and I mean I can create nice things. I have opened Houdini, but that's not really important. Okay, nice. But in the end, very end of the video, I will show you how it works in Houdini, and you will see that it's the exact same thing. And I've created a nice visual with Redshift and Houdini. I mean, it's simple to create stuff like this, or stuff like this, and yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Hashtag story of my life. Hashtag not important. Hashtag dude, please stay on Cinema 4D. Thank you. Okay, so that's one way to render spline, but I guess many of you love to play with Xparticle. You love to use Xparticle trail because you're such Instagram guys, and you love to play with trails because it's so nice. I mean, okay, let's kill this because that's horrible, and let's change our tag, and wow, let's disable this at the moment because I do not want. Okay, nice. Let's hit play, and you see that I have my trails, and it's like super fast, super nice, and I can control everything with this. Like, it's really nice to create great motion graphic stuff. Like, you can also take the sphere. Let's take speed trail. I mean, I love the straight sequence. It's creating nice visual. And if I emit from my object, let's take the sphere. Let's emit from the points. Let's up the number of points. Let's disable this. Let's go back. Okay, and I can create quickly abstract shapes and render them like this. I mean, that's nearest by index, nearest by distance. It's cool to create cool motion graphics effects, like plexus-like effects, you know. Okay, it was just a bit off, but I just wanted to show that it's really simple to use, and you can apply like any material, it will render. So that's how I create some of my visuals sometime, and Xparticle can be more straightforward than Houdini, and I created this small shapes like this, and, just give you an idea of what you can do. Okay. Second thing is particles. Particles are so nice. I mean, I can create again an X particle. Let's take the XP system. Let's click play and let's emit a bunch of particles. Let's right click. Let's use the Redshift tag, Redshift object. Let's enable sphere instances, and I can create spheres, small spheres, and just drag and drop it. Let's go to custom object. I always use it in custom object, so I need to hit play again. Sorry. That's what I use to create all these particles, and they are nice. If you go to the channel, you will have a Redshift and Cinema 4D tutorial, and you will be able to create this kind of effect. Really nice, wavy effect, super nice. Just to show you that it works, and in custom you can add like any kind of object. Like I add another sphere. Why it's not allowing me to drop it? Because I'm not precise. And I have material call redshift material particles. Let's use the particles. And one thing that I love is that we have particle user data, color user data. It means that if I go on my XP emitter and let's change the color display, let's take something like in this color, it's not working. Why it's not working? Sometimes I have troubles. Sometimes it comes from my redshift, sometimes it's not coming from the redshift. Dot single color, let's hit gradient. If it's not working, that's not my fault, sorry. Okay, sorry about this. I've already made a French tutorial about Redshift and Xparticle, and I show how you can use the color user data, and it's just working, you know. Spheres, okay, sphere instance, and I change the color using the XP. So sorry, not my fault on this. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot something. Maybe I need to sphere instance. Okay, it was this sphere instance, and now I can use gradient, random. I can use different types of color, and I need to set back my emission, and I will be able to use all the parameters on my emission. Okay, I love to find solution and problems. Last thing I love to do is to use Xparticle to scatter things, and that's for me the most important part of this video. You will love this workflow. Let's take this plane, let's make it crazy big. Let's set our emitter to something like object, emitter shape, object. Let's take our plane, object plane, emit from polygon area. Let's go under emission, let's go to shot, let's up the count, let's disable the speed. I just need to wait one frame and I have my scattering. And right now I will take forester tree, and nice thing is tree size. Let's take this tree, let's go to XP meter, Redshift, tag, Redshift object, custom object. Wow, boom. Wow, that's a lot of trees, you know. Let's have less particles. But like if you are doing one render, you just go there, output, and you go to your frame range and you just disable the first frame, and you are able to scatter stuff with X particle, and that's really nice, really cool. Let's take a different tree. Let's go to tree library. Let's take another tree. Let's take again another tree, and let's go under our emitter and let's put more trees, and you will see that we are able to deal with a lot of trees. And that's something I really like about Redshift and Xparticle. I'm able to create such nice visuals and nice effects in seconds. Right now, to be a true Instagram artist, I need to have fog and volumetrics and add the hashtag MD community to be a real artist. I add the fog. The simple way to do it is to go under object, Redshift environment. Let's go in general. Let's put 0.1 in attenuation. If you do not set this, you will not have the fog. And you start to have some kind of nice fog. You can change the color, for example. But that's not what we are really looking for, because I want to have some scattering happening through my light. And go under our dome light, and here you see that I have contribution scale, and here I'm able to choose an amount of fog. You need to tweak a bit things to be able to really see how it works. But now, as I have the Redshift environment, every light can be turned into something emitting rays. Like I take this more light, let's go to the general tab, intensity multiplayer, and let's go to the volume contribution scale. Let's disable this at the moment. I don't want this, but let's go to our environment and let's see. Wow, it's amazing. So this point light is just emitting light, and you see how fast and how cool Redshift Volumetrics are. It's like a rave party under the forest. Whoa. Yeah, nice. And you can change the rays, you can change the color of the rays, like you can quickly set things. And that one of my favorite thing is the redshift speed of volumetric light. I mean, wow, it's so great, so So easy to use. I can control things really clearly, really fast. Can change the color or the temperature in minutes. I mean, wow, truly amazing, truly responsive. That's super nice, and see how fast it is. Okay, some guys have wait like 45 minutes and are here. Please, dude, show displacement. Okay, guys, I will show you the displacement. Don't be so aggressive, please. I'm sure one of you will let some bad comment. Hey, we just come to see displacement and you wait 45 minutes. Dude, that's insane. You're not human. Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry about this. Oh, you can display stuff inside Redshift. Let's take our favorite model called the horse. That's my favorite model, and I want to do my whole career using this model. I mean, see how nice it is. That's the horse. That's the cinema for the horse. I love it. Okay, stop saying bullshit and let's apply badass material to it. Let's put it inside a subdivision surface maybe and edit it because it's better like this. I will create a new Redshift material. I will apply this material to my horse, and wow, it's super nice. You're such great. And I will check out one thing that you must check. That's our MHS prod pack. Okay, I will take one pack. Nice. Let's take some plates to play with. Let's say it's okay. I will just drag and drop it. So let's go edit shader graph and let's drag and drop one map. So let's drag and drop a map. Let's take the displacement. Let's take the displacement into texture text map. Let's take the displacement into displacement. Let's wait and let's see. Nothing happening. And you know the trick. It just go to your horse base, right click, redshift tag, redshift object, geometry override, and enable tessellation and displacement, and wait a bit, and you see my displacement happening. It's not so visible, but let's increase a bit the displacement. That's so ugly. Okay, let's stay with something simple, and here you see my displacement happening. That's just as simple as that. And you see this displacement pack contains real screws and real plates. You see all these nice details. It comes from a pack we've made. I think Sylvain made a promo. Yes, it's the MHS Prod Steampunk Pack number 1. It's the plate. It's 50% discount during 1 month with the MDC discount code, and you have a lot of files. And it just plates, but plates with nice details and pattern, and you can create really great thing. We've worked on a project, nice steampunk project, and we've created all the materials, and yeah, it was super nice to work on this. And we created some kind of material. I want to give you a better idea, and if I'm not able to find back No, okay, let's forget about this for this tutorial. I'm not finding back the other render, but we've made a lot of material to be faster in this project, including these plates, and they look nice. So in case you want to support us because you learn something on the tutorial and because you want amazing pack, just check it. And right now, promo over, yeah, I can change this and use any kind of material. I can load any kind of um, texture pack. Yeah. Let's take another grayscale. Let's change the grayscale. Let's wait a bit. Here we can scale, offset, change the parameters. Let's wait. Processing textures. Let's wait. You love to wait, and yes, I have a different back plane. If you want also to have a faster renderer, you can go under View and go to IPR undersampling. You will have some faster response because you are using undersampling. So that's how we use Redshift displacement. I guess that's all for you today. I show everything I use in Cinema 4D, and that's really nice. And I mean, I will quickly launch Houdini, and I will just show you that it's exactly the same. So if you are doing Cinema 4D and if you are learning Redshift, and if you want in the future to move to Houdini or to try Houdini or anything, just know that I've launched ZBrush. I misclicked the button. That's so annoying. Man, please stop. Wow, super cool. Please send me money, ZBrush. Okay, let's take Houdini, and you have here the Redshift. Here you have all the same exact parameters like you will find um, the output stuff you will find under the main. That's not important, but let's go under Redshift, min and max samples. The scale is just a bit different, but that's the same thing. Global illumination, brute force, irradiance point cloud. If you want more detail, just go to with irradiance cache. That's better. Volumetrics, system memory, and that's nice. Only things I need to do. That's my Redshift IPR. Let's go under the. Let's create a dome light. Let's go under the object. I have here my dome light. I can load a dome map. Let's use a dome map. Let's create a test geometry. Let's take the basic pig head. I need to wait a bit. Yes, I have the pig head. I can go under my shop. I can create a Redshift material, RS material. I can right click, allow editing content. Here I have my node editor. You see that's the same stuff in Cinema 4D, surface, displacement, bump map. I have here all the same fucking things, texture, output, tools and stuff. And I can apply it to my object. So let's go to object, let's select here render, let's select the material, accept, and let's select the render view, and the render view is pretty much the same. Okay, so you see that's exactly the same way. I mean, everything you've learned in Cinema 4D, you will be able to use it in Houdini. You see, cam 1, tie. Yes, so right now I can move. And Let's go back into shops just to show you that it works. Gold. Why it's not working? Yeah, guys, it works. No, it's just not working. Why it's not working? I just lost my mind. Is that because of my object? If we try with a sphere, maybe it's coming from the because maybe I do not have UVs, and it's going to create UVs right there. Let's take the sphere, change it to polygon, and go back, disable this. Let's take the sphere, Redshift object, under, accept. Yes, it works. It was my fault. It's because I did not set UVs, I think, to my first geometry, but there I'm able to change stuff and to create material under my shops. Sorry, so sorry for the little absence. Yeah, it works. So just it was the bonus part. I mean, I'm just a fucking noob on Houdini. Don't think because I use Houdini I'm like a superstar or anything. I just starting to use, but I just to do this small part to let you confident. Like if you guys want, like you learn Redshift on Cinema 4D, you will be able to transfer your savior on any kind of software. Thank you. It was a super nice moment with you guys. I hope you will join the community. If it's not the case, please join the Facebook group. Please buy the pack. Please come to our event, and please subscribe to the channel. You have so much things to do, so much nice videos, so much free videos, like super nice Redshift tutorials made by Melthammer. I mean, so much resource. I think we have more than 700 free tutorials. Like, just enjoy. See you guys later and have a good day. Bye.